My next guest is the cousin of 3-year-old Abigail Mor Idan, who has been held hostage by Hamas since October 7th. Abigail saw both of her parents killed in the attack. She turns 4 on Friday. Noa Naftali joins us now from New York. Noa, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us and to share your story with us, because it has been, I know, a very emotional time for you, not only over the past few weeks, but particularly today, with more reaction coming in about this hostage deal. So how has that been for you, hearing about the details of this deal?
It's difficult. We are cautiously optimistic, but until we see Abigail at home with her family where she belongs, we can't breathe, we can't eat, we can't sleep.
You know, we know that 50 people will be released, women and children, 30 of those children. How hopeful are you? And do you know whether Abigail is on this list?
We don't know anything for certain. We are hopeful. We understand that the children and the young mothers need to come out first. We also know that there will still be the majority of our 230 plus loved ones, grandfathers, fathers, sons, daughters, aunts, grandmothers, and we need them all home where they belong.
There are so many questions on exactly when that can be made possible. We know the details of this deal are now out. So many are saying until we see those hostages released and out safely, that's when maybe some families will be able to breathe a sigh of relief. When was the last time you or your family heard anything from the Israeli government?
The Israeli government has been in touch with us and our family in Israel as much as they can be.
Mm-hmm. And let's just talk about the past few weeks since October 7th, when Abigail was taken hostage. How do you get through this time knowing and wondering, what she must be dealing with right now?
Our heart is with her every moment of every day, and we understand that as hard as this is for us, it is more difficult for her. And that keeps us going with the hope that we can see this girl, hug her, and give her the love that she deserves. After her parents were brutally murdered in front of her, and she's now been held by the same people who murdered her parents for 46 days.
It is a lot to process, just also thinking about what not only Abigail is going through, but also what you and your family are also going through. We've been looking at photos of her as we were speaking. Can you tell us more about the kind of little girl she is?
She's sweet, she's outgoing, she's spunky. She likes to bother her brother and sister and boss them around, and she loves watching Coco Melon. She likes playing soccer. She's just a happy little girl, and we hope that she's able to maintain some of that happiness and some of that joy in spite of everything that she's going through.
And we know Abigail has 2 siblings who are 10 and 6 years old. I want to talk about them for just a moment. They also witnessed their parents being killed. How are they doing right now, also knowing now that they are waiting for their sister Abigail to come back home?
These children have been through absolute hell. They are fortunate enough to be surrounded by their family. And we hope that Abigail will have that same chance, and that these children will not have to lose another member of their family and will be reunited with their little sister.
Hope has been a big part of this conversation. What we hear a lot from the families like yourself who are waiting for any word on whether their loved ones will be released. So many hostages who have been held by Hamas may not be released as part of this deal. So when you think about what's going through the minds of those who don't fit into the category of women and children, as we've heard as part of this deal, what goes through your mind?
My heart breaks. I think about Omri Miran, who's a 46-year-old father whose wife and 2 children are waiting for him. I think about Liat and Aviv, 49-year-old couple whose children are waiting for them. I think about Keith and Aviva, 62 and 64. These are humans, these are civilians, and they need to be brought home.
What is your message to other hostage families who may be struggling with this very stressful waiting game?
I hope that none of you watching this right now will ever know what we are going through, but we do know what we're going through, and we are there for one another, and we'll be there for one another throughout this entire process, however long it may last.
Photos are likely something that you've been looking at a lot of Abigail over the past few weeks. What is getting you through this time, especially as you wait over the next few hours to find out who is on this list?
Just the hope that Abigail will be back, that she'll be okay, that she'll be back with her family, that she'll be surrounded by the love that she needs, that the children and the mother who she was taken with will be back with their father, with her husband. We hold on to this hope so that we can keep going and keep advocating for our loved ones.
And in the meantime, what more action do you want to see from not only Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, but also from other governments?
We are grateful for what we understand to be a great effort on behalf of the Biden administration, and we just want you guys to keep going. The holidays are coming. So many of us are not going to be able to celebrate these holidays with our loved ones, and please, anyone, wherever you are, with any voice, with any power, do what you can to help us get our loved ones back.
And it's not only this holiday season, it's also Abigail's birthday on Friday. She's set to turn 4 years old. What is getting through, or what are you drawing on to get you through these days as you approach even that milestone?
Listen, the thought of a child, and there have been several children who have celebrated birthdays as hostages. It's not okay. It's not okay. These children were taken from their homes. No child should be held hostage. No human should be held hostage, but no child should be held hostage. And no child should have to celebrate a birthday in captivity.
Noa Naftali, I thank you so much for your time. I know this is a very difficult time for you, and I thank you so much for taking the moments to speak with us and to talk about your cousin, 3-year-old Abigail Mor Idan. And we will be thinking of you as we hear more on this deal and what will be developing over the next few hours and days. Thanks so much.
Thank you.